If you understand what I'm about to teach you about the 4 elements in this video, it will transform your tarot practice and maybe your understanding of the universe, at least the YO universe. Hi, my name is Jomans Leon. I'm a modern mystic and metaphysical misfit and founder of the Tarot Mysticism Academy, an online international school for advanced tarot training, mystical philosophy, and 1,000,001 other things. I'm so excited to be sharing with you what the elements can really do. So we've all heard of the 4 elements, a la Empedocles in, 600 BC or whatever. It's a popular idea, it's stuck around, and the elements are found in almost every tradition around the world. And I get it, y'all scientists are getting fancy with your periodic table and all that, but the 4 traditional elements have archetypal, spiritual, and mystical value that we'll be talking about in this video. So what do we already know about these 4 elements? We know that fire is desire, will, and passion. We know that water is emotion, love, and action. We know that air is intellect, logic, and mind. And we know that earth is matter, the body, and what's mine. Fire, air, water, earth, elements of astral birth, etc. We've all heard it. But it gets even deeper. I'm going to start with the element of earth, and we're going to build up and get more existential throughout the video. So I definitely recommend taking your time and sitting with the ideas. Because if you understand what I'm about to teach you, it won't only dramatically expand your understanding of tarot, but it will show you a lot of healing methodology that you can use in tarot practice for yourself or your clients. So let's start with the element of earth and the suit of pentacles. The element of earth is obviously anything we experience with our senses. But what makes a sense a sense? I can experience this fan, but what makes it a fan? Why is this a fan? And why is every gay club in New York City at the mercy of its violent, clacking sound waves? Because this fan is an idea. This fan is only a fan because we name it so. It has name, form, and function. It has the name of fan, it has the form of a fan, and it has the function of a fan. And if that function for you is the unwarranted audible abuse of the sweet tech house at every gay club in New York City, so help me. But anyway, it's a fan because we ascribe it a name, a form, and a function. And where does that name, form, and function exist? Now, the Buddhists and the Vedantins and the yogis and the ceremonial magicians and the Wiccans will all have a different opinion on the relationship. Now, this is going to get a little epistemological. I mean, modern physics would agree that everything we experience is happening through the mind. This theory is not just of the materialists, but of some of the coolest spiritual traditions ever, from Buddhism to Vedanta to Samkhya and yoga to even some Western systems of magic, and the list goes on. So the name, form, and function, what the Indian traditions call Maya, is in here. And we might say is projected or created or interpreted from this. And in so doing, renders the experience of the fan as separate from the experience of everything else. It's only an abrasive assault on the amazing tech house at the gay club because I ascribe it to be so. That process happens here, in the suit of air, in the realm of the mind. And this is where we get ideas of law of attraction and manifestation, and all of that is philosophies around the relationship between mind and matter, whether it be one of causation, interpretation, projection, or we're not going to get into that in this video. But what happens next is very trippy. In the same way as our physical experience is revealed by our mental experience is revealed by something different altogether, or rather something more encompassing. When we ask, why is a fan, it is a fan because we think it's so. When we ask, why do we think it's so, we get into the realm of water, which is the beauty of a sort of objectification. Water, in a mystical sense, represents to us our ability to look at something and see it as separate or different from everything else in our experience. We can only give the fan a name, a form, and a function by focusing on it as a separate entity from everything else in space and also time. The element of water gifts us our capacity for discernment, and the mystic might even say the illusion of separation, in the same way as looking into the water shows us the illusion of our reflection, and also how water takes the form of its container. Experience takes the form of our attention. Your ability right now to focus on this YouTube video is the suit of water. It is the capacity of consciousness and awareness to behold an object. This is why in the tarot, the suit of cups illustrates a story of relationship and love. So whether it's a fan, a YouTube video, or a lover, our ability to focus on one thing distinct from everything else in our experiences is expressed by the suit of water. Now the next step is the goal of all mystics. And it comes about in the same way by asking, well, how do we focus on one thing separate from everything else? Our very capacity to distinguish comes from our consciousness, our pure awareness. If water in the suit of cups is the object of your attention, fire in the suit of wands is the subject. Is that attention. Fire is your awareness right now, your consciousness all-encompassing. That includes something to focus on, like this video. And by focusing on this video, you have an idea of what it is. You label it, giving it a name, a form, a function. And by doing so, it has utility for you. That very interpretation of this YouTube video or whatever you're focusing on gives it its physical experience. Now, what does this have to do with reading tarot, self-development, all the good things that I'm about, and I hope maybe you're about too? Well, by going up the elements in this method, it allows us to remove our attachments and our identifications to obstacles in life. It shows us a map through which we can manifest, but also withdraw. In the Kabbalion, there's an interesting technique where the reader is taught how to, I believe the words are, climb the pendulum. And the idea is that the pendulum is swinging between good days and bad days, ups and downs. But when it's swinging in a down day, when you're having a bad day, you can climb the pendulum, metaphorically, and pull in to that awareness. And in so doing, release your grip and identification with whatever objects in your experience are bringing you suffering. If you'd like to learn more about this type of mystical philosophy, you can find free courses at tarotmysticismacademy.com. And if you have any questions, let me know in the comments, and I look forward to seeing you in the next wormhole. Much love.